Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. Sorry if this is a couple of days yet. I have been a very busy man. So this is my Formula 1 Imola 3 review, and also in the same video, I'll be doing my, it's a quick turnaround, I'll be doing my Monaco 3 preview. The Monaco 3 will be a quick one because, let's be real, it is a track where you literally can't overtake at all. And but let's get straight into it then. So in Imola then, we saw Max Verstappen get back to winning ways at the end of the 3, only winning just under 1 second, only winning by 0.725 Max Verstappen. So it was, for the majority of the race, it was comfortable for Max Verstappen, but he had a but he was getting nervous. He was getting nervous in the last few laps as Lando Norris was closing the gap on him. And Lando Norris managed to get the gap down to 0.725, making it a very nervy last few laps for Max Verstappen. Could that be a statement already? Could that be a statement to say they're not reading have it their own way, Red Bull? Who knows? But the most important thing is, despite Max Verstappen complaining at the weekend about his car, about everything, he still went on to win the Imola Grand Prix. Only shots in the end. You have to say, only shots. But it was a good weekend for McLaren. McLaren. The two McLarens, Lando Norris second, Oscar Piastri fourth. Especially when you look at qualifying, Lando Norris did qualify in second. Piastri did qualify second until Oscar Piastri got a free place grid penalty for impeding qualifying, which is, I think that was a bit of a damper for Piastri because he was probably the quickest McLaren. He was the quickest McLaren before he got that impeding penalty. So you just wonder if Oscar Piastri would have started second as well. The McLarens might have actually put the pressure on Red Bull in the race, and but another solid weekend for the two McLarens. Piastri for Norris second, and they keep on progressing. The McLarens keep on progressing. Be interesting to see them over the next 3 races, especially in Monaco as well. Now we move on then to the two Ferraris. Charles Leclerc third, Carlos Sainz fifth. Charles Leclerc started third, finished third. Carlos Sainz started fourth and finished fifth. Which is, you could say, a probably slightly disappointing weekend for Ferrari, especially with one of the home races in Imola, of course. With Imola, of course, and they were back to their usual strategies again. They were back to their usual strategies on the team radio: Plan A, Plan B, Plan B, Plan C, Plan D, Plan E, Plan F, Plan Y, M, C is probably done with the next plan, to be honest with you. There should be chancing for me, Ferrari. I'm sorry, I'll keep on going on about it. I don't expect them to win. I don't expect them to win the titles because it's Red Bull. They're perfect at everything, aren't they? But you do expect Ferrari to be up there. Ferrari were the best prepared team during these current weather years since 2022. 2022 was the year for me, for Ferrari. That was the year that they should have won it. They should have won the titles for me. But they didn't because they fucked it up for themselves. And I still think it's a failure for me. It's a failure for Ferrari. And it's always saying, oh, there's under Adrian Newey in for next year, and there's under US Hamilton in. They need to do a lot more for how we can just step them to it. They need to get the technical part right. They need to get more team members in. They need to replace the team members. They need a proper strategy person in who is very good at strategies. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. I think Red Bull got a woman, haven't they, for Max Verstappen. So a lot needs sorted out at Ferrari. So Adrian Newey and Lewis Hamilton is only the start for me. They need to improve a lot more, in my opinion. Yep, Adrian Newey will certainly do something to the car, definitely. But Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc as a partnership, we saw what happened with George Russell and Hamilton at Qatar 1-3 last year. It's a car crash waiting to happen. Two drivers who want to be the number one driver ain't gonna work. Lewis Hamilton definitely should be the one who should be the number one at Ferrari. But you need someone to be happy to be number two to Lewis Hamilton. That's why he was so dominant at Mercedes, because Bottas was happy to be the dinner pig to Lewis Hamilton. Obviously, Hamilton did win a title when him and Wolfsburg, but that was different. That was different though, because Mercedes were always a dominant team. And it was always going to be Hamilton, Wolfsburg 1-2. So I am intrigued to see how that partnership works with Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, but I don't think it will work, in my opinion. So yeah, it's a slightly disappointing weekend, in my opinion, for Ferrari. You expect both of them to be at least on the podium. I would expect both of them to be on the podium in their home 1-3 as well. I don't expect them to win, but be on the podium. And McLaren now, the danger for Ferrari is McLaren could be the team, could be the closest chances to Red Bull this season. So on to Mercedes then. George Russell qualified 6th, Hamilton qualified 8th. And yeah, just the same old for Mercedes. But both of them managed to finish above the Red Bull of Sergio Perez. But Sergio Perez had a tough task already, didn't they? Especially with Imola. Not many overtaking opportunities in Imola. So Sergio Perez, who qualified outside the top 10, finished 8th in the race. So slightly disappointing race for him. Or a disappointing weekend for him, you have to say. So Mercedes might take a win in terms of finishing above one of the Red Bull drivers, but it's just the same old for Mercedes. This is where we expect Mercedes to be now, 6th and 7th and 8th, battling for them places. So Hamilton finished 6th, Russell finished 7th, Perez finished 8th. But a good weekend for Lance Stroll. Who qualified 13th and ended up finishing in the top 10, finishing 9th, getting the points. A complete contrast to his teammate Fernando Alonso, who had an awful qualifying. And he had an awful race as well. It just went all one for Fernando Alonso this weekend in terms of Aston Martin and Fernando Alonso. So it was actually Lance Stroll's weekend in Aston Martin, while Fernando Alonso was having his issues with the car. One of them came in practice, where I think practice was probably the one where it probably caused Alonso a lot of damage to the car. Same with Sergio Perez. He had problems with practice as well, down off the track. So yeah, complete contrast weekends for Alonso and Stroll. Lance Stroll having the better of the weekend, while Fernando Alonso finishing 19th. And finally, Yuki Tsunoda And then Yuki Tsunoda also stolen the points once again in that Prix Qatar RB, as Yuki Tsunoda continues his, you have to say, brilliant start to the season for Yuki Tsunoda as he continues to store in the points. You just wonder if he's, I don't want to say it, but is he a shout for the Red Bull seat? But I will say I'll be intrigued to see that partnership for Verstappen and Tsunoda, which I don't think will ever happen because Tsunoda can be a bit of a reckless driver, as can Max Verstappen. Now, up next then, onto the drivers that finished just outside the top 10. Hulkenberg and Magnussen, who finished 11th and 12th. Even though they finished outside the points, they still continue their progress from this season, as they finished 11th and 12th. Daniel Ricciardo finished 13th. Alpine continued to move back up to that mid-table area with Ocon 14th, Darcy 16th. Joe Panu split in Alpines. Jordan Sargent finished in 17th. Isaac Albon suffered in DNF. Fernando Alonso finished in 19th. And Valtteri Bottas finished in 18th. Which means this is what it means for the driver standings then. So the driver standings then after the Emirates Grand Prix, Max Verstappen's on 161 points. Charles Leclerc is in second. Sergio Perez is in third. But Lando Norris closing the gap on Leclerc and Perez. Sainz is in fifth. Piastri in sixth. Russell seventh. Hamilton eighth. Alonso ninth. Tsunoda 10th. Stroll in 11th. Ollie Berman in 12th. Hulkenberg in 13th. Ricciardo 14th. Ocon 15th. Magnussen 16th. Albon 17th. Joe Van U 18th. Perez 19th. Bottas 20th. And Jordan Sargent bottomed the driver standings. In terms of the constructor standings, then Red Bull obviously top with 268 points. Ferrari with 212. McLaren with 154. But you'd expect that to close with McLaren's progress. Mercedes with 79. Aston Martin 44. So it's Mercedes versus Aston Martin way in terms of battle for fourth. Prix Qatar RB in sixth. Haas in seventh. Alpine in eighth, and Williams and Sauber are still the only teams yet to store points this season in Formula 1. So then, we now move on to the Monaco, the historic Monaco Grand Prix, of course. The historic Monaco Grand Prix, where there is 19 turns. The track that is the most difficult to overtake at, because your only overtaking opportunity is the start-finish straight. It's start-finish straight at Monaco. Apart from that, there's no more overtaking opportunities for you. Apart from potentially turns 8 to 10. When you go down that tunnel from turns 9 to 10, that's probably your only other overtaking opportunity. If you want to be brave, down that hill from turns 9 to 10. If you want to be brave and try and pray, to try and get the overtake done. But your best bet is to start finish straight, in my opinion. And that's where the DRS zone is activated as well. And probably the only DRS zone on this track. So as I said, we all know this Grand Prix. It's traditionally a race where teams prioritise qualifying, given the importance of track position, as I keep saying. It is the importance of track position, this Grand Prix. But Monte Carlo is also a circuit where places can be won and lost in the pits. Like I said earlier, it's Grand Prix that's mainly won in qualifying and on the pit stops. So here are a few of the options that are likely to be favourable to the teams on race day in Monte Carlo. What's the Twitter strategy? It actually doesn't matter if it's a Twitter strategy or not, because the focus in Monaco is simply staying ahead. through the pit stop phase and reducing the likelihood for any issues to raise that will cost you a position. So with overtaking so difficult, all drivers will be one stopping in normal conditions. With its narrow streets and tight turns, there's not much room for overtaking at Monaco, putting even greater emphasis on the high pace in qualifying switch. The switch to the fresh soft tyres of each attempt in qualifying fractions of a second can get you a higher pace on the starting grid. In terms of the pit strategies then, this was the pit stops in 2023, where Max Verstappen all started on the medium tyre, of course, and then the Wereton distance did change after lap 55, which saw Max Verstappen come in for the intermediate tyres. So it has rained in Monaco before. It can change weather just like that. But in normal conditions, your options are starting on the medium or starting on the hard compound tyre. But your best racing tyre is obviously the medium tyre, of course. So you'd expect people to start on the medium tyre. On the medium tyre, and then there is a hard tyre. I'll be very shocked if anyone does with a soft tyre, to be honest with you. Unless there is a drive that is that far down, but like he's saying, it's hard to overtake at Monaco. So medium and hard tyres are your best bet. And you need to go to the alternative of the medium tyre, can't you? Whoever does on the medium, you may as well take the risks and go on the hard tyre, because the medium tyres are probably gonna go out. The medium tyres are probably gonna be aged and be used up more earlier than the hard tyres. So they're the strategies you can see from 2023. The Honda stint is the hard compound tyre with Manson. Yeah, as I keep saying, you mainly want to go on the Honda stint, don't you, with the hard or the medium compound tyres. The softs are definitely out of the question. But if it's wet conditions, then you don't go for it in intermediate or wet tyres. But in normal conditions, it's your traditional medium and hard compound tyres. Most likely the hard compound tyres, but there's really not much difference between the hard compound tyres and medium tyres. So Max Verstappen managed to get 55 laps out of the medium tyres, didn't they? The US set of the medium tyres. So in terms of the more track information, then the first Grand Prix, this is why it's historic. The first Grand Prix was in 1950. The number of laps is a very long race, 78 race cars, not many turns, of course. It's not many turns. Circuit length is 3.337 meters. The race distance 260.286 meters. The lap record is Lewis Hamilton with a 1:12.909, which was in the race of Monaco in 2021. In terms of schedule, then practice 1 is 12:30 to 1:30 UK time. This is the UK schedule, of course. Practice 2, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. And practice 3 is on Saturday, 30:30 to 12:30. Qualifying on Saturday is 3:00 to 4 p.m. and the race start and the lights out is 2 p.m. on Sunday. So yeah, for me, it's probably one of the most Grand Prix. This is probably the Grand Prix I actually don't watch, to be fair. I mean, I watched qualifying. I do watch qualifying, but with the race, I think the race, it can be boring, can't it? Yes, people want to be reckless and crash into each other. But it's one of them. It's one of them Monaco though, because you just never know if someone might have a surprise qualifying and might be on the front row, and it's gonna be hard to overtake. because we saw Michael Schumacher qualifying pole, didn't we? In the Mercedes. Unfortunately, I think he suffered a penalty, didn't he? I can't remember which year it was. Was it 2012 when he qualified in pole, Michael Schumacher? But then he was given a grid penalty, which was a real shame. It really was. But on to my predictions then. This is my qualifying prediction. I've done for Max Verstappen's qualifying pole. I've done for the Charles Leclerc to qualify on the front row. Charles Leclerc, this is his home Grand Prix, and he's had a good pass in Monaco as well, Charles Leclerc. Not in terms of qualifying, he has qualified in pole, but at the same time, he has crossed on purpose. Well, I wouldn't say crossed on purpose, but he has crossed in Monaco whenever he's been qualifying. But Charles Leclerc does seem to find joy, doesn't he, in Monaco and Baku. It's because he can't be overtook. He can't be overtook. That's why. So I've done for the obvious, Max Verstappen, but don't be shocked if Charles Leclerc qualifies in pole. I think Lando Norris will be up there again. I think the McLarens will be up there as they continue to develop their car. Carlos Sainz in fourth. Sergio Perez, he does know the street circuit, doesn't he? Sergio Perez, so I would expect a slight improvement from him. But again, he doesn't seem to be a qualifying driver. He's more of a race driver for me. Done for Piastri to qualify 6th. Done for Russell to qualify 7th. Hamilton 8th. Alonso 9th. Hulkenberg 10th. I think Hulkenberg will continue his impressive qualifying record. In terms of the cars that will get knocked out in qualifying 2, done for Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Stroll, Ocon, Dacier. And for those who get knocked out in qualifying 1, I've done for Albon, Bottas, Magnussen, Zhou Guanyu, and Jordan Sargent. Now on to my race prediction before I do. I've done for Max Verstappen to win the Grand Prix. I've done for Lando Norris to overtake Charles Leclerc, to either overtake Charles Leclerc or to overtake Charles Leclerc to get the better of Charles Leclerc in the pit strategies. I've done for Sergio Perez to finish in 4th, Sainz in 5th, Piastri in 6th, Alonso to finish 7th, Hamilton 8th, Russell 9th, and Hulkenberg 10th. I don't expect to see many crosses in Monaco, because a lot of drivers will be cautious as well. So that's why I've not really done for like a Russell to suffer a DNF. So I actually don't think my top 10 qualifying prediction will change that much, in my opinion. I think they will still be the top 10, in my opinion. But obviously in different positions. And I've done for Max Verstappen to win in Monaco. Now he's back to winning ways. I expect him to do back to back. He has won in Monaco before in 2021, Max Verstappen. But if there is a circuit Max Verstappen does struggle on sometimes, it is a street circuit, isn't it? It's a street circuit, so you just never know. But that is my race prediction. But I wouldn't rule out Charles Leclerc either. If Charles Leclerc can qualify in pole, then I think he's got a huge chance of winning the Grand Prix. But again, it's Ferrari, isn't it? Ferrari will still somehow fuck it up. Qualifying on the front row at Monaco is crucial. It's absolutely crucial in my opinion. On yes, to Ferrari, in my opinion, because they will just fuck it up on the bloody. I'm sorry for swearing, but they will just fuck it up on the pit strategy. Which is why I put Lando Norris to finish second, because I actually don't think he'll overtake Charles Leclerc into the first corner. I actually think Lando Norris will win it on the strategy. Will win the strategy battle, then Charles Leclerc can overtake him. So, but that's my race prediction. Feel free to leave your thoughts on the Imola Grand Prix down below, and feel free to leave your predictions down below for the Monaco Grand Prix. And my final words on the Monaco Grand Prix: Formula 1 is racing. I'm sorry. It is motor racing, and we all want to see overtaking opportunities as well. It is historic, Monaco. It is historic. Yeah, it's a nice place to have a walk around about. It's exciting for qualifying, definitely. Qualifying is probably the most exciting part of the Monaco Grand Prix. But the least exciting part is the race because we can't overtake apart from the start finish straight. Apart from start finish straight, and it's a race that's won on pit stop and strategy as well, and probably won in qualifying as well. So it is motivating, and for me, people don't like the truth. People don't like the truth. The only way it's been kept in, it's only been kept in because it's historic and all that. But all good things must come to an end, unfortunately. On yesterday, trying to trust Monaco for more overtaking opportunities, maybe that could be a point where they can trust it. But like I said, it's a narrow street, isn't it? It's a narrow street, and for me, I think Monaco 1-3, people won't like it. But I want to see more overtaking opportunities. I think Monaco should be removed, in my opinion, from the calendar. And people be throwing rotten tomatoes at me now for saying that. Saying, you're a disgrace, and all that. I just explained why. There's not many that you can't really overtake at Monaco. And F1 should be about overtaking. The overtaking opportunities. We want to see overtakes in F1. So I think the Monaco 1-3 needs to go, in my opinion. So feel free to see your thoughts down below on that as well. Take care, stay safe, and feel free to leave your predictions and thoughts down below in the comments. Can Max Verstappen make it back